forgot to put my headset on. Hey, gals and guys, it's Chris Moser from MyMediaHelper.com, and I think we're on day 6. We are on day 6 of movie reviews, Christmas movie reviews, free streaming Christmas movie reviews that you can find. This time out, we're going to dwell on Peacock, so 5 movies on Peacock. And hey, I can walk. I walk to the bathroom all by myself. I kind of walk kind of quickly to the bathroom all by myself, just kind of, which is kind of weird because when I first started these movie reviews, I couldn't walk at all, and I had this stupid boot on. So Merry Christmas to me. I don't know. It's been weird. We'll see what happens. Maybe I can crawl downstairs and hobble downstairs and get my Christmas hat for the last video. We'll see what happens on that, and we'll go full circle if I can. But for now, until then, we are going to take a look at these 5 movies that I reviewed. Yeah, that's what I want to try to say. Me, on the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me. I don't have a true love. On the 12th day of Christmas, I was thinking about these things. 12 free streaming services streaming. Apollo 11. One small step, says Commander Neil Armstrong. Buzz Aldrin was lunar module pilot. Don't be confused by Apollo 13, because that was a Tom Hanks movie. 10 starring Bo Derek. They showed her boobies. 9 women jamming. 8 heads in a duffel bag. Starring Joe Pesci. Not a Christmas movie. 7 deadly sins. Also not a Christmas movie. That's the movie 7 with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
6 from Battlestar Galactica. Also streaming on Peacock, but you need premium to watch it. And this is a very long lyric right here, but 6 is so pretty. I just wanted to watch her. 5 Peacock movies to be reviewed. 4 fingers up. 3 people watching. 2 reviewers reviewing, and Peacock to bring it all home. And make sure to check out the links, and make sure you comment below. Let's get it going, gals and guys. A Jersey Christmas is a 2008 movie about a ragtag group of store clerks getting stuck working until midnight on Christmas Eve at the Christmas-O-Rama, a shabby Christmas shop in a blue-collar New Jersey town. Stuck working until midnight on Christmas Eve, hapless store clerks engage in a lively debate about cultural and religious differences. And I'm not really sure what this movie is trying to say beyond what I just explained. There's a lot of talk about different religions. There's a guy in the film who owes some thugs some money, and doesn't like the plot point was just thrown in there. Nothing in this movie comes to a conclusion. It's just a fucking odd narrative. I'm not even sure why the store owner is in the movie, as his story goes nowhere. Somewhere in this jumbled mess is the shadow of a watchable movie. The makers of the film just never delivered one. It's all right. It's not terrible. I say this a lot when I review, but it's competent. It's just the narrative is all over the place. Christmas with the Andersons from 2016. Mike and Caroline Anderson have always gone out with parties and gifts for Christmas with their 10-year-old twins, Brendan and Julia. But when Michael loses his job just before the holidays, it looks like Christmas is canceled until they receive a visit from wacky Aunt Katie, who helps them realize they can still pull off Christmas with no money and rediscover what's most important. Drowning in tinsel and lights every Christmas, Michael and Caroline Anderson throw the year's biggest party at their house. But this year, with Michael jobless and Caroline's store struggling, that tradition may end. The Andersons decide to host a very different kind of party, which helps them rediscover what's most important about the holiday. So from rags to riches again. Don't forget where you came from will be the message of this movie, and money makes you a crazy person, which I think is mostly true. Money makes you do some pretty bad and immoral things at times, and we see that nightly on the news. If you watch the news, I don't really watch the news. We see it all the time in the real world, and that's what our protagonists learn in this here movie. Money doesn't solve your problems, but again, it sure as shit helps. This movie was watchable. At no time was I bored at all. It's a nice Christmas movie. It's, it's competent. That's the word of the day, I suppose, or in this video anyways, competency. Watch it for your Christmas enjoyment. Also from 2016 is The Christmas Project. A writer looks back at his memorable 1986 Christmas, dealing with brothers, bullies, first love, pregnancy, and family elving. 4 fed up brothers. I'm sure they were fed as well. They didn't look malnutrition. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is what I got to put up with. They didn't look malnutritioned. They didn't look malnutritioned. Unnutritioned, malnutritioned, unnutritioned, undernutritioned, malnourished. They look well fed. Anyways, where was I? 4 fed up brothers join forces during Christmas time to get payback. Jesus Christ! I'm drinking coffee. Truthfully, 4 fed up brothers join forces during Christmas time to get payback against the Hagbarts, the meanest bullies at their middle school. This is one of those movies that I've scrolled past many times in my Christmas movie search, and based on the poster and trailer, ignored it. Yeah, but choices were slim this year with all the films I've already reviewed so far and the ones I did in 2021. And it will be interesting next year as the watchable holiday films are dwindling. So my first thoughts towards The Christmas Project were, this is pretty funny. The opening scene when 2 boys lock the other 2 boys out of the house while enjoying deliciously warm pizza was pretty clever. The whole film was pretty clever. Clever. I liked it a lot. I couldn't help to compare it to Poor Man's A Christmas Story, which I just watched yesterday. I'm going to review that in a separate video. It had that same vibe. In no way is this film as good as the holiday classic mentioned, A Christmas Story, but it still manages to entertain. I highly recommend The Christmas Project to watch this holiday, and as long as you're at it, let's talk about the 2020 sequel, The Christmas Project Reunion. And the synopsis reads, an awkward high school boy is forced to break out of his shell when his elementary school nemesis moves back into town and tries to steal his girlfriend. And as mentioned, this is the sequel to The Christmas Project, and it was equally as good as its predecessor. They must have upped the budget for this one, as you'll see appearances from Corbin Burnson, which, he's not in high-profile movies. Daniel Baldwin, How the Mighty Have Fallen, who I've seen show up in a lot of low-budget Christmas movies for some reason. That's kind of weird. And Brian Bosworth, who was a surprise here. I've only ever seen him in a movie called Stone Cold. It was an action movie from, I believe, the 80s, the late 80s or the middle 80s. I didn't even know the guy could act. He really acted in this movie. He was actually really, really good in this movie. So Brian Bosworth was a big surprise for me. And all 3 of them, to their credit, played it all straight, were convincing, and it seemed like they were just in it for the paycheck. They really put their all into it, and it's a really good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed both movies a lot. I would watch them back to back. Definitely family movies, definitely good movies for the holiday. They were definitely not what I expected. I wasn't expecting them to be as good. So yeah, check them both out this Christmas season. And as the first 4 movies were very watchable, I'm not so sure about this one. This is a 2020 movie called Worst, Christmas, Ever, And the synopsis is a teen's life goes downhill after she discovers she's pregnant during Christmas time. I suppose you could call it a Juno for the holidays, except Juno was a good movie, and this isn't. This should have been called Worst Christmas Movie Ever, or even Worst Movie Ever, although it really isn't the worst movie ever. It sure is reindeer shit, not even remotely close to good. There are hints of a competent movie, but it loses points for multiple things. Technically, this isn't a movie. For the story, it's about 60 minutes long. I shit you not, the end credits are about 20 minutes filled with unfunny shit they should have left on the chopping block. It's as if they squeezed every last bit of video they filmed and threw it in the credits. They threw in what I'm guessing are supposed to be bloopers. They weren't funny. I'm also guessing, I suppose the filmmakers thought they were funny, and I hate to tell them they weren't. This movie felt like they didn't have the time or the budget or the money to finish it. There's a bunch of filler animation in it that I guess is supposed to provide filler and exposition. I'm uncertain if that was the plan all along or if they needed an excuse to pad the runtime. After the mega extended ed credits, I'm coming to believe they expanded this piece of shit as much as they could in order to get it on a streaming service or streaming services. I feel bad for the actors here as they all did a solid good job. They just happened to be in an inferior film. Their talents could be used for a far better film, and this is nothing against the talent at all. They all did a good job. I really like to know the story behind this film and its production. It feels unfinished and thrown together. The ending is ridiculous. I can't recommend it. There's just too much bad among the very, very sliver moments of good. So Peacock kind of makes it easy for us here once it loads up. Here we go. Just keep in mind, so anything on Peacock with this feather here, so that's for premium. So you can pay for premium to get those and watch those. Anything without the feather are free for you to watch, free for you to stream with some minor commercial interruptions. So what I do is just hit movies once I get there, and I scroll down. I totally ignore this Hallmark movie section. I go to Holiday Feeling. And what you do there is I usually just scroll all the way over. I hit view all, and there you go. There's a bunch of Christmas movies for you to watch and soak in. And I got the links to the ones I reviewed down below. And thanks for putting up with my singing and bad jokes and my bloopers that I threw in there. And I just left them in there. And that's it, gals and guys. We got one more day to go for at least these reviews. And I hope you enjoyed the whole month of stuff that I put up. And I worked a lot on it, so I have many, many hours, but I had a lot of time. I got a broken ankle in 2 places, so all I have is time. So if you could please subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. I'd love to get to 1,000 subscribers in 2023. And please share this for people who are looking for some holiday entertainment. Please like this video if you liked it. Like it 12 days of Christmas times if you didn't like it, and hit the bell for updates. And that's it. I'm going to go work on the last one, maybe take a shower, because I'm stinky, and I'll catch you next time.